Hello students, today we will be discussing about matrices. What is matrices? Matrices is basically the plural form of matrix. Then what is matrix? First of all, we have to know what is matrix. Matrix is basically the arrangement of different elements in a rectangular form. Just say an example. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4, 9, 0. These are the different elements. See, they are arranged in a rectangular form. Rectangular form means, see, these are the rows. Okay, these are the rows. The horizontal lines are the rows and the vertical lines are the column. Okay, so these are known as the rows of the matrix and these are the columns of the matrix. So these elements are represented or arranged in the type of a rectangular shape. Now we have to know the order of matrix. What is order of matrix? Basically, order of matrix, just see, order of matrix means row number into column number. Suppose a matrix have m rows and n columns, m number of rows and n number of columns. Therefore, the order of that particular matrix will be m cross n. And we will represent the order in cross product only. Okay, that is, if a matrix, suppose this is a matrix, okay, this is a matrix, there are m number of rows, m rows and n number of columns, n columns. Okay, therefore the order of the matrix will be m cross n. This is the order of the matrix. Now just see this example. How many rows are there? There are 3 rows. Okay, therefore the number of rows equals to 3 and column, the vertical lines are the columns. So we can see that there are 3 columns. Therefore number of columns is also 3. Therefore the order of the matrix will be 3 cross 3. Okay, so this is the order of this matrix. This doesn't mean 9. Don't write 3 into 3, that means 9. We will represent this order as cross product only, that is 3 cross 3. Okay. Now we'll see some special type of matrices, special forms of matrices rather. Just see, these are the special cases. Suppose this is a matrix. Okay, this is a special type of matrix and it has only one row. So this particular matrix is known as a row matrix. This is a row matrix. This is a row matrix. Now, what is the order of this matrix? First, see number of rows. You can see only one horizontal line. Only one horizontal line. That means number of rows equals to 1. Therefore, number of row equals to 1. M equals to 1. If we consider row number as m and column number will be equals to n. Therefore, the number of columns will be 3. Just say there are 3 vertical lines. Therefore, number of columns equals to 3. Therefore, what is the order of matrix? We know the order of matrix is row number into column number. That is 1 cross 3. So this is the order of this particular matrix. Now, next type of matrix. Suppose 0, 5, 4. Just see, in this case, there is only one vertical column. Okay, since there is one vertical column, that means it is a column matrix. This particular matrix is known as a column matrix. Column matrix. Now, again we will have to find out the order of this particular matrix. First we have to see the number of rows. Now just notice number of rows 3. There are 3 horizontal lines. That means the number of rows equals to 3. Therefore m equals to 3. And column, there is single column. Okay, single vertical line. That is the number of column is 1. That is n equals to 1. Therefore, order of the matrix will be 3 cross 1. This is the order of matrix of a column matrix. Now, what is a square matrix? What's a square matrix? Square matrix means the number of rows and the number of columns will be equal. That means if we take 2 columns, there will be 2 rows. If we take 3 columns, there will be 3 rows. Just see an example of a 2 into 2 matrix and a 3 into 3 matrix. We know that each side of a square are equal. The same concept is working over here. That is, the number of rows and number of columns are equal. See, these are rectangular matrix. These are rectangular matrix because the length and breadth are not equal. Here I am considering the number of rows as length and number of columns as breadth, or vice versa, whatever, but they are not equal. Since they are not equal, they are not square matrix. But if the number of rows and columns of a particular matrix is equal, therefore we can consider it as a square matrix. Just see an example. See, 2, 5, 4, 3. These are the elements of this matrix. Therefore, number of rows, there are 2 rows. Okay, 2 rows, therefore m equals to 2. And there are 2 columns. Therefore, n equals to 2. Therefore, the order of matrix will be m cross n. That is 2 into 2. Just see, the number of rows is 2 and the number of column is also 2. Therefore, both the number of rows and columns are equal. Therefore, this is a square matrix of 2 into 2 order. That is, it is also known as a matrix of order 2. Similarly, we can write 3, 2, 1, 5, 7, 9, 0, 5, 4. Okay, see, number of rows 3, number of columns 3. Therefore, the order of matrix, that is row number cross column number. So see, the number of rows and number of columns are equal. Therefore, it's also a square matrix of order 3. What is null matrix? What do you mean by null? Null means 0. Okay, so null matrix means, just see an example, that all the elements of a particular matrix will be 0. It may be a square matrix, it may be a rectangular matrix, it may be a row matrix, it may be a column matrix, whatever the matrix may be, but all the elements of that matrix will be 0. Okay, so just see 0, 0, 0, 0. This is known as a null matrix, and this matrix is represented by O. Okay, 0 matrix or O. Now, this is null matrix. This is null matrix. Now, what do you mean by diagonal matrix? Diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix is a special case of a matrix in which the diagonal element of a particular matrix will be same. Just see an example. 5, 4, 3, 6, 5, 1, 0, 9, 5. Okay, this is a matrices of order 3. Order 3 means 3 into 3 matrices. And see, this is the diagonal of the matrix. This is the diagonal of the matrix. And just notice, all the elements of the diagonal are 5. Okay, so this is a diagonal matrix. That means if all the elements of a diagonal are equal or same, this is the diagonal of a matrix, and see, all the elements of this particular diagonal are equal. Therefore, it is known as a diagonal matrix. Then what is identity matrix or unit matrix? This identity matrix or unit matrix is a special case of the diagonal matrix. What is that special type of matrix? Just I'm writing an example, then I will explain it. Identity or unit matrix. See, these are the identity or unit matrix. So what is the similarity between the diagonal matrix and the identity matrix? First similarity is that, say this is the diagonal of the matrix, this is a 2 into 2 matrix or a matrix of order 2, and this is a 3 into 3 matrix or a matrix of order 3. Just see, the diagonal of this matrix is 1. Okay, here also the diagonal of the matrix is 1. That means all the elements of the particular diagonal are equal and it's 1. Since it is 1, we consider it as unit matrix. Unit means 1. And all the other elements excepting the diagonal will be 0. So this type of matrix is known as the identity matrix or unit matrix. It is denoted with I. It may be a 2 into 2 matrix or a 3 into 3 matrix, whatever it may be, but it is denoted with the alphabet I. That is for the identity matrix. Okay, this is the basic introductory part of the matrices. Here we have seen what is a matrix, what are matrices, what are the different types of matrices, what are rows, what are columns, what do you mean by the order of the matrices, the special cases, that's the column matrices, row matrices, identity matrices, square matrices. In the next video, we will discuss about the different operations of matrices. That means the comparison of the matrices, the addition of matrices, the subtraction of the matrices, the scalar multiplication of the matrices, and the multiplication of matrices. Okay, thank you, students.